Whenever I've started dating somebody new, you know that they're gonna go through your social media.
Oh yeah.
But even more so, when you get hired for a job, you know your boss is gonna go through your social media.
Oh yes, I experienced that at my last job.
Well, hold on to that thought. But first I gotta tell everybody that brings us to today's
Big deal.
And also,
Yeah.
Donald Trump is going to check your Facebook page, people. Be careful what
He
you
has
say
enough
there.
time to do that, honey. Doesn't he
Really?
have Melania's Facebook to look over?
Well, here's a secret. We're actually checking his social media because he's always tweeting.
That's true. Oh, yeah.
But before we get to that, because I wanted to draw a correlation, let's start off with social media boundaries.
Okay.
Okay, is there any level of expectation of privacy to your social media, especially when it comes to a boss who's looking at you to hire for your job?
Only if you block it. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I think in this day and age, there's so much out there that each person has to be responsible for their own information. You know,
agree.
and if they can delete everything that doesn't suit them for whatever they're applying for, I really think it's up to the person to kind of figure out, okay, this is the job I want. How will he or she perceive my actions in these pictures, and then you go from there.
So there's two options. Either you go private and you don't let anybody other than your close friends look at your social media, which you can do.
Right.
I know it's boring, and especially in our business, we can't do that. But in general, like if you're not in the entertainment industry, you can do that. Or you can be very careful with what you're posting out there, because no nude pictures or any of that stuff, people.
Let me tell you, I
get some
found
Do
upper
not
thigh.
send them to your boyfriend.
At least
You
some
never
upper
know where
thigh.
those are gonna end.
I found out about a coworker who had an account where that person, I'm not gonna say whether it was a he or a she, would only post pictures from the waist down, showing the badunkadunk.
What?
Yes, and Instagram has this thing where it suggests friends. So then I'm like, wait a minute, this one looks familiar. Let me sign up
What?
for
It
it.
looks familiar. Her badunkadunkin? How do you know how it looks familiar?
And I was like, damn, this is good. Let me subscribe. Thank you.
But let me ask you this. In a society where we're constantly preaching not to be judgmental about so many things, should we also not be judgmental about our past 5-6 years ago when we were going through a crazy phase and we have a bunch of pictures showing us that we were party animals?
And that's the other thing is, how do you know what your boss will think? You know what I mean? There's so many bosses out there, and they all have such different opinions about what's acceptable and what isn't. They might think it's cool that you partied and got it all out, you know? And that
Literally.
I'd say just be yourself, and if they want to hire you for who you are, okay, and if not, next job.
Well, I worked at a company where they looked
very
up,
harsh, Vivian, very harsh.
they looked up one applicant's Facebook or social media or whatever it was, and they found out that she was also a stand-up comedian and she was going in for a sales job, and they disqualified her because they didn't take her seriously.
Well, what about look?
Yes.
That's so ridiculous.
But that's happened a lot.
Ridiculous
That's
too.
happened a lot lately. Melissa Villasenor, Mexican-American comedian, she got hired by SNL. As soon as she got hired, and this happened with Trevor Noah too when he got hired from The Daily Show. All the social justice mob went through their tweets, and every joke, and these are all comedians, these are jokes, every joke that was politically incorrect or even a little bit offensive, they gathered them up and they started to make a case why this person should not be on SNL or why this person should not be on The Daily Show. I mean, is context everything? Because I think it's one thing, when your friends or whatever try to judge you for something, but maybe you're right. Maybe the boss has a right to know what kind of person you are. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, I think it depends. If you're gonna apply for a lawyer job, I can't have pictures naked in my social media. Open up to the public. No, I cannot.
Depends what type of lawyer.
Or partying like
exactly.
a crazy animal, or doing something that goes, against what the job I'm applying for. Like, it really depends. Or if I'm gonna run for president or something, I mean, you have to keep a certain protocol.
Speaking of the president,
Speaking of the president,
Politically correctness, I mean.
we'll make a connection between social media and this new travel ban on people from any one of these 7 countries. I won't go through the list.
The ban was lifted, wasn't it?
Well, before we get to that,
I'm so scared that Mexico
during the
gets
time,
that.
during the time that this was happening, they were not only stopping people from these countries, but they were going through their social media. Like, you know what it is for the TSA to stop you and say, take out your phone, take me through your social media.
For what?
And that's not fair
Because if you've been against Trump on Facebook and stuff, then it's like, then you're not gonna enter. So then where's the freedom of speech in this country?
Well, they're looking.
How
I mean,
nitpicky
they'll
is
say that
that?
it's not about that. I'm sure they're looking for that. They're saying that if they find any jihadi, sympathizing, kind of.
Well, that's completely ridiculous. Because
Or
it's one
mayonnaise of
thing.
Trump.
It's one thing for your boss to see, your profile. It's another thing for someone
profile,
completely
literally.
out of the blue to come up and say, "Show me your social media." You know what I mean? That's a complete violation.
And I would love it if they found some butt pics on their social media.
Well,
See how they
it's even worse than when they pat you down and they touch your junk. against your will. Which, by the way, happened to me the last plane. They
I
finally,
kind of enjoy it. I don't mind.
I'm gonna touch you there. I'm like, I want to get on the plane.
Don't they have though like the access to it already without you showing them? I mean, aren't they the government and they're everywhere?
Well, no, but
already?
this is like a TSA agent, and like you're there, and you know you
But
seem like.
I think the government is being a little bit harsh because let's say if somebody had to, if the tables were turned and they had to look at Trump's social media, man,
Well, you won't release his tax return.
They did that to Hillary. That's why she didn't win. Stupid emails.
Her social media?
No, because of the emails. I mean,
Oh, 'cause of the
you have
emails.
access to everything these
Exactly,
days.
exactly.
Yeah, if they looked
Bottom
through
line.
Trump's social media, he wouldn't be allowed in half the world countries. So,
exactly.
He already isn't. I would
awesome.
think.
Do you have anything in your social media that you need to go back and delete after this show?
Me?
Yeah,
Any
knowing that
deletion?
we're all gonna start looking through your
No,
history.
please go ahead, be my guest. I am innocent.
El que, what is it? El que.
And I
what
will
is the thing?
continue to be innocent on that sense.
Yeah, right.
Oh God, I
Of
forgot
course,
to say.
I'm never posting naked pictures or any of
But
that.
not
I'm not
just-
sending them to boyfriends and stuff. No.